On today's episode, the best website in September, Food and Wine Edition. So it's not only going to be beautiful and inspiring, but also tasty. Let's rock and roll. Hey designer friends, my name is Ron Segal. Welcome back to Flux, where we cover design, web design, and helping you with your design career. Let's jump right into the best websites I saw this month. First one is called Scepter and Sword, and this is a wine company from Columbia Valley in Washington. But take a look at the imagery here and the storytelling. They went with kind of like a Queen's theme here. And I really, really love this approach. Think about this, a company from Washington trying to compete in the wine industry. They have to compete against all of these maybe French wineries or European wineries. So they go and try to beat them at their own game by taking on this whole story of queens and stuff. And amazing photography that actually looks like a painting from maybe 16th century Renaissance kind of like painting. But look at the details. I love the details on this image. The queen and everything looks old school, but take a look at the details. She has this kind of like smart watch here on the hand. We have this tablet in the background here and a bowl of popcorn here. And the way she's holding the bottle, kind of like that's her road, like upside down. That's really, really cool. The contrast between the old school and the new. And they didn't go with like a fancy serif font. They went with a hardcore, narrow, bold, sans serif font, like in your face. So all of these combinations create a super interesting story. Is this like an old school classical wine, or it's a combination of new and old? I really, really like this. They're also letting you know scroll to navigate. So you're starting to scrolling horizontally here. This company, all right, Scepter and Sword, celebrates remarkable women who rule the land and lead their people. So that's pretty cool. Again, I love this kind of imagery that looks like a painting. I always love when websites create depth by having, let's say, a type on the image and then the type gets behind another image. So we have layering here. That always creates depth. I, the queen, and then you can see the roads here. And also the way they present their wine. Who puts their bottle upside down unless the design is meant to be held upside down. And I think that's really, really powerful. So I really love their design. Again, I think the art direction of this imagery is so good, meant to look like, again, a painting, but look at the details. Look at the headphones here. Look at the tablet in the background. So I love all the details here. And again, we can talk about this as an e-commerce website. Click the shop now, see how you can buy the bottles. But I don't think that's the point in this website. I think it's done well, right? It's a pretty cool website. But I think what's really amazing here is the storytelling, the combination of type, the imagery. That's really, really beautiful and inspiring to me. The other website that I want to show you is called BOT, First Wine with Lol inside. So this is another winery that took the complete opposite approach. I'm going to click the Discover More. They went to the opposite end of the audience, people who just young people. We are the bot generation. So people who don't want to treat wine seriously. They just want to have fun. So check out, of course, the coloring here, right? All of these weird random shapes in the background. And the image is so colorful, the combination of blue and purple. This guy with a tattoo here, who puts a straw in a wine, right? That's kind of like crazy, but that's what they're going for, to show you that, they don't want to be fancy, and they've got their mission statement here. We don't want wines to age. We want to break the mold and experiment and dare. And obviously this is even to your feed, share on your feed. That's, all about people who take selfies. They show this hat that is familiar with college parties that you usually drink with a beer, but never with a wine. So they want to put wine in a new context. But again, look at the coloring here. Look at the gradient background. Everything is so colorful. The illustration on the bottles. So it's all completely different, appealing to a completely different audience. And I love this. I love when you have a product that is basically the same, red wine, rosé wine, but you can sell it and you can tell a completely different story. Look at the layout here, how the images are cropped, right? They're not straight. Each one of them has kind of an angle. All of these tiny details, from the colors to the little quirky image that's slightly off, all of these details tell the story of who this wine is for. And I think when you compare these two websites, you can see how the design makes a huge difference in selling these products, which are inherently the same. Now, the next website I want to show you is actually for this kind of a product, which is an assembly line for salads or something like this. But what I think is really interesting in this website is how they took this product, which is essentially, we'll scroll down and you'll see this is a modular, kind of like a robot that cooks salads. And they've used this kind of like a modular thing in all of the designs. So first of all, you can see how the screen here is split, right? And they're showing you this, the functionality in different contexts. But even when we scroll down, you can see that the grid of the split screen continues here, right? And it continues as we go. And so I feel like they've used this idea of modular blocks, right? And you've used that continuously in the layout where we always have something that is split, right? And of course, by the way, if we're judging this in terms of web design, very awesome color palette, especially in these green themes, which is amazing for a product that makes salads. And we have this split layout that I've mentioned that I feel is like inspired from the actual product design here. But other than that, really, really cool website for actually what looks like a pretty cool product, a robotic cooking salad. So you can see how this is modular. You can add and subtract kind of modules of this robot. And I think they've actually used this as an inspiration for the website, and I really, really like this overall. Also, look at a monochromatic website, just one color, this green color, green tealy color, but this website still looks amazing. You don't need to go crazy with colors. All right, the next website that I want to show you is this Amuse, Bouche, Food and Storytelling. There's lots of nice thing about this background. We have this tentacles of octopus here that are 3D and they're kind of like moving along as I'm scrolling. But the two really nice things that I want to show you, by the way, this website is in Portuguese, so I'm not really sure if this is a chef's website or their restaurant, but I do think it's probably a restaurant in Portugal. There's two things that I thought are really cool here. One is how the menu works. I'm going to click on the menu and you're going to get kind of like a slice on the screen, and then the menu comes out from the inside. And it looks like basically you're gutting a fish or something, right? It looks like you're cutting the fish. I think this is such a cool detail because, it's an interaction, right? Opening up a menu. Everybody's doing it the same, and you can have, things scroll from the right and to the left. But when you're using something that is custom and is actually out of the concept of the website itself. So if we're talking about fish and cutting and, seafood and that kind of stuff, and by opening up the menu, you feel like you are gutting a fish, I feel like that adds so much more interesting depth into the website. I really love this. The other small detail that I really loved here is this contact. So when you're hovering over multiple, there's a few things that you can contact here. So PR and then events, and then I don't know what, I'm not really sure what that thing is, but you get to see the people. So think about this. So many times we just have a plain contact button and we're not really seeing who are the people that we're going to get in touch with. Here, when you get to see the face of the person that you're going to get in touch with, I think that adds so much more depth and story and personalization to the fact that, hey, you're reaching out to talk to an actual person right now. There is a person, there are people behind this company. And I love this. I think so many more websites can use a more personal approach when getting in touch with them. So I really, really like this detail here. The last website that I want to show you is actually not a food and drink website. It's actually a meditation accessories, I guess you can call it. So this website is called Walden. And check this out. This is actually against a lot of the things that we usually say, which is you have to put some kind of a call to action, like who is this? What do you do? And what do I get here? And instead you get nothing. You get clean. You just see people. It's a video, but they're almost not moving. Maybe you can just see them breathe slowly. The only thing that you have here is shop meditation set. But to be honest, I think that's exactly the concept that they're going for. We are now silent. We don't want to talk. That's what meditation is about. Just be calm. And not only that, they've done this amazingly well with color. They've washed the video with a single color every time, and that kind of flattens it, and there's less details, so it's not overwhelming. And that's one more thing about calming and about meditation, like relax and take more time, don't be overwhelmed. So it's by washing the video with a color, they've actually helped to reduce stress and to make everything more calm and relaxed. I really, really love this. You can also see this in the details in some of the photography. You can think about how weird is that they've put the shadow on the face of the woman here. But I actually think this is really interesting because there is something in that. The focus is not here. Don't look at the woman. Don't look at the person. We're talking right now about this meditation cushion. So that is your focus. The whole thing about meditation is being focused. And here they want to help you. And I think they're doing it very well with the photography, how to focus you on what they're trying to say. They also have this meditation gong. Anyway, this is an e-commerce website, but I think it's the art direction, the way that they've treated the colors on the imagery is just so well done. Very nice color palette. Here we do have some colors, a lot of colors, right? We've got the blue, the green, the red. However, it's not overwhelming. It's not like this website where it's colors all around, it's going crazy. No, this is still very, very relaxed. It also puts you in context, this green. It's like nature, right? It's so, the details and very, very calming. I love this. I think this is a fantastic art direction for a website. All right. Let me know which website was your favorite and what detail was your favorite. Again, if you want us to show you how to build some of these things, let me know in the comment below and we'll create a tutorial for you. By the way, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, now is the time. Make sure you subscribe. And like this, YouTube will know to offer you many more videos. We've got tons of cool stuff coming up. So I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.